Amal Clooney, who's taking center stage in an international court case. The human rights attorney, who's married to George Clooney, of course, is outraged after 3 Al Jazeera journalists were sentenced in Egypt to 3 years behind bars. ABC's Alex Marquardt is in London with all the details for us this morning. Alex, this is not the outcome that anyone was really expecting.
It's not. Good morning, Paula. This is a trial that has been slammed by governments, legal experts, and human rights activists all around the world. It's a stunning sentence for 3 of our highly respected colleagues, and the global outrage against it is now being led by Amal Clooney, someone we've seen a lot of but almost never heard from. It was expected to be the end of a long and painful process for the 3 Al-Jazeera English journalists, the verdict for what were universally believed to be trumped-up charges of spreading false news. But the judge stunned the courtroom and the world by handing down 3-year sentences to the 3 men. One, Mohammed Fahmy, who's also Canadian, has been represented by Amal Clooney, who blasted the Egyptian government for the ruling.
The verdict today sends a very dangerous message in Egypt. It sends a message that journalists can be locked up for simply doing their job, for telling the truth and reporting the news.
Clooney's reputation for conquering courtrooms as a human rights lawyer was somewhat eclipsed when she conquered Hollywood's most famous bachelor.
Amal, whatever alchemy it is that brought us together, I couldn't be more proud to be your husband.
Since her 2014 wedding to George Clooney, Amal has been stealing the show on red carpets and magazine covers, and getting a shout out at the Golden Globes for her long list of accomplishments, even though George was the honoree.
So tonight, her husband is getting a Lifetime Achievement Award.
But now, as the fight to free the Al Jazeera staff surges back into the spotlight, Amal is taking charge here too, leading the international outcry against a regime widely condemned for going after respected journalists.
Every single third party that has looked at this case from the beginning, from the UN to the EU, the US, the UK, everyone has said there is no evidence to sustain any of the charges.
And shortly after the sentence was handed down, the U.S. State Department called on Egypt to reconsider, saying the freedom of the press to investigate, report, and comment is fundamental to any free society. Tom and Paula?
It certainly is, and certainly shocking. I mean, freedom of speech, freedom of the press, things that we take for granted.
Incredibly troubling case out of Egypt.